Hello and welcome everyone. This is Natalia, the lead game artist for Eldoria, the Souls-like RPG where beneath darkness awaits light. Will you dig deep enough? There's going to be some walls that kind of look like it's a little suspicious, like maybe there's a door or something. We set up some props around it to help in the meantime when we don't have a tutorial yet. But so if you attack it with melee, archery, or magic, it will open up the doorway. And I did create 4 new caves for our game. And a lot of the time you're going to find enemies, secret enemies in here, secret items that you wouldn't have found otherwise. Our magic spring system is in the process of being made, so I don't think you can actually resonate with the magic spring yet, but essentially she'll sit down in the spring and you'll have UI pop up and a bunch of options, like you'll be able to level up and spend your spirit shards, what you collect at the bottom right hand corner. You will be able to heal your health, stamina, and magic points automatically. If you have any sort of poisoning, or effects, status effects, that will clear, and you will be able to align your spell. We have made a lot of polishing changes to the dungeon. Some existing textures were really outdated before us switching over to Substance Painter. So the logs in here, for example, were one of them. They look much better. We changed the entire floor texture, and it has a good balance now. We will want to add a bit of shading using screen space ambient occlusion, and we are in the process of doing research on that. Just how Unity is set up, it does really mess up how the characters look, so we want to figure out how to add it so there'll be shading on the molding and any objects in the scene to add weight to it and kind of integrate all of the models better together. Then I adjusted the walls, columns, any sort of assets like that to feel a little dirtier next to the ground, the floor with the mossy cobblestones, so it feels like they're all a part of the same environment. I did add some new plants. This is the shrub that I added. There are some hanging ferns, like here. There are different sacks of flour, food, whatever. I did add a bunch of rocks to the level. So whether it be out here in the dungeon or if it's in a secret cave, we also changed where the columns are with the symbols, because the columns actually help guide you to the next part of the dungeon so you don't get lost as much. We don't really think we want to add a mini-map, at least for a while, because it is a Souls-like. We may add one in the future. I did add tall grass, so I may change the way that it looks a little bit. I think I could do better. Sometimes when you add things to a game, it's not going to be a one-and-done type of thing. You keep iterating over it. These stairs are more brown. They match the cobblestone floor better, so it's not just super black. We do have another type of floor for balconies and different areas, and they match the stair color. The entranceway to the boss room here, we are in the process of getting a bigger door, so it's just kind of an open area right now. Our stairs are going down now. Before, it would go up to the boss room. The overall trajectory of the 3 floors are descending downwards, so going deeper in the ground. That is just how the dungeon is intended to be laid out. So I changed all of this to have it go downwards. Something else my brother has worked on is finishing the save system for what we would like right now. So broken objects like crates and barrels now save their destroyed state. So if you leave the game and you already broke a crate before, you come back, it stays broken. And now the save system remembers item drops from all combat entities. This is one of our special caves that I made way mossier. And it was actually really fun and really easy. We did add water, so that was great. This is a temporary, it's not quite reflecting, a temporary water shader that we just already had in our project. But if I get the angle right, sometimes the light does shimmer and shine on the water. And the plants and everything like that are really fun. I feel it really breaks up the whole flatness of the dungeon. I also created stalactites and stalagmites, as you can see here. And a lot of the caves are just regular rock without moss, but this was fun. There were some misalignments on several of our stairs, the different meshes that we have. I created a lot of LOD groups, so level of detail groups, for several props, and that optimizes the FPS and overall gameplay experience. We polished a lot of Amara's animations so they feel a lot smoother and less robotic. We are in the process of removing the ability for Amara to punch because it's just more overhead than what is really necessary, and punching doesn't really deal any damage, nearly any damage at all. And you can dodge roll and still break stuff, so for future systems and existing systems, there were some weight painting issues with her hair, and so it caused a lot of undesired stretching in her hair, so we got rid of that. You would see it when she'd run around. We turned off all of the directional lights in the dungeon because it is a closed environment and it gave a very washed out feeling to the dungeon. We fixed a lot with the nav mesh, and so it's a navigation mesh for enemies wherever they're allowed to walk. So now torches on the walls do not actually block enemies from walking where a torch is right above them. Michael, our music composer, has been working on actually redoing the music for the dungeon because we noticed very quickly as we played, and our playtesters were playing with us, that there is quite a bit of music fatigue. So that is really going to help space it out. A lot of Souls-like games don't have a ton of music, at least when you're in a dungeon and you're really focusing on navigation and the environment and stuff like that. Anyway, that is everything. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we have our enemies that are going to be redesigned soon because, quite frankly, maybe not these corrupted versions, but a lot of these enemies just look too cute, and it's a little confusing for players to know, should I be killing them? And we definitely want for a more mutated and not super terrifying, but a little bit more clear that they are enemies. We will see you next time, and we are busy at work in the month of July.